Are you looking for different ways and strategies to lower your overall monthly mortgage payment? Well, you're right on time, because in this video, I'm gonna be showing you guys 3 ways that you can actually start the process of lowering your monthly mortgage payment right now. What's up, guys? My name is KMAC, and I'm a licensed real estate agent in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, as well as the Orlando, Florida market. And in today's video, we are discussing how to reduce your overall mortgage. But before we get into today's video, if you guys are finding the content on this channel useful, please give us a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to always be notified when I release another video. So first things first, it's appeal your property taxes. Now, this couldn't be any more true than it is in the state of Texas, and this strategy isn't new, but many people overlook it because they either don't know how to do it or they've never even heard of it. You don't need a lawyer to appeal your taxes, although hiring one could make the process easier. You don't have to. Now, these attorneys typically charge a fee about half of what they may actually wind up saving you. For instance, let's say $1,000 is what they wind up saving you. Well, their fee is going to be about $500. There are other companies out there that may offer this service, and some are national and some are local. I suggest that you ask for a recommendation, maybe from your local real estate agent, for a local company, so it's easier for you to deal with any issues that may come up. Now, if you prefer to do it yourself, check when your county is accepting appeals and make sure that you're meeting the deadlines. You'll need to compare your property taxes with others in your neighborhood as part of your appeal, and there's no guarantee that your appeal will be successful, but if it is, you'll get a refund and your monthly mortgage payment will decrease because your escrow, which is essentially the money your bank holds for taxes, will be too high. Now, me personally here in Texas, I own a handful of property. My least favorite part about it is the hefty tax bill that comes along with it, or the hefty property tax bill that I try to lower on an annual basis through really hiring that third-party company. But that third-party company, I am also going to be providing as much detail as possible regarding the property, especially if I've done significant work to it, or let's say, this last year with one of my properties, I wound up spending about $50,000 or $60,000 in redoing the entire plumbing, redoing the entire garage floor, the driveway, and a handful of other expenses. So showcasing that this property is not top dollar property. This property I put a substantial amount of money into. They can use that as further evidence to lower property tax value. Now, one thing that you want to make sure that you do, especially if you're doing this on your own, again, I hire a third-party company and they already know to do this the proper way, is make sure that you are sending over pictures of the work kind of before and during the process. Don't send them a bunch of beautiful remodeled interior photos of your house, because they're not going to lower the taxes. And if anything, they're going to use that as evidence the following year to raise your taxes even more, because your property is of what they call kind of a higher end home for the given area. Next, look into property tax exemptions. Now, most states offer some tax breaks for homeowners, but the key here is that you can only apply for exemptions to one property under one social security number. Surprisingly, about half of homeowners haven't even applied their overall tax. It's generally meant for people who live in the house that they own, though certain rules can vary. Now, here specifically in the state of Texas, which is where I operate out of and do a majority of my real estate transactions, I personally own a primary house and I have a military disability exemption put on the property. Now, a lot of the folks that actually watch my channel are veterans themselves, and some may not even know about this, but if you have any level of disability, you can actually get a little bit, and I say a little bit because it's not a ton, but you can actually get a little bit of help on your taxes if you apply for that disability exemption. But a little case here for the veterans that do watch my content: if you are 100% disabled, we're talking about a completely different opportunity. Meaning, if you're 100% disabled, you don't pay property taxes here in the state of Texas. And again, that is a Texas-wide exemption for individuals that are 100% disabled. And that same type of tax benefit could be available in your state, but again, it varies from state to state. Also, in addition to that military disability exemption that I have on my primary residence, I also have a homestead exemption, which late last year in 2023, the entire state of Texas got an increase on what they can overall exclude or be exempt for when it comes to their homestead exemption. Basically, folks got a little bit more money in their pocket at the end of the day, or paid less in property taxes, because a bill passed in Q4 of 2023. But again, that homestead exemption here in the state of Texas can only be applied to your primary residence. Now, the third method is going to be refinancing your home. This means getting a new mortgage with better terms, like a lower interest rate, which can significantly reduce your monthly payment. Now, right now, interest rates certainly aren't the lowest they've been, but they can certainly be changed in the next coming months, maybe the next coming years. Now, the Federal Reserve has announced plans to cut rates 3 times this year. At this point is really probably not gonna happen, but it may be a good opportunity for you to refinance in the future. Now, if you refinance during a period of high rates, such as above 5%, getting a new rate of, let's say, 4% could make a huge difference. Just make sure you qualify for refinancing by having a good credit score and meeting other lender requirements. And last but not least, speaking on behalf of Texas, there is another exemption as well. And that exemption is going to be your senior citizen exemption, meaning not something that's applicable for me or something that I will be able to utilize in any coming year anytime soon. But if you are of older age and you fall within the guidelines of a senior citizen exemption, it can basically freeze your taxes and save you a substantial amount of income on property taxes over the long haul. But that basically covers all 3 possibilities right now. If you are in a situation where you're trying to lower your monthly payment, all 3 of these options could be viable. Some of these options could be not viable, or all 3 could make absolutely no sense for you. It's truly gonna be dependent on each property that we're speaking about. But really, at the end of the day, any one of these 3 options could be an option for you to lower your overall payment. Thanks again for watching, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. It really does help. And stay tuned for the next video.